Ayu must go, says Makinde, as Southwest PDP meets yesterday in Ibadan. Good morning and welcome to Nigeria Now. My name is Lois Sureki and I have Sele Elisha Dashom. Good morning, Sele.
Good morning, Lois.
And we are live on Facebook and YouTube. You can send your comments and we'll take it live on the show. And still talking about the PDP tussle and the issue of Ayu must go. Yesterday, the PDP had the convention in Ibadan yesterday. They met with the PDP presidential candidate, and still the issue of Ayu is still ongoing, even after the NEC had the no vote confidence for Ayu. And Sele, is still an issue for the PDP, you know, that they're having this particular crisis within them. As they say, it's a family affair, and it has been ongoing for a while now, and still there is no end in sight. As of yesterday, they are still clamoring for Ayu to leave office.
You know, Lois, it's quite sad. I keep saying this when you see grown-up men embarrassing themselves in that manner, fighting and exchanging words and doing things that are not acceptable of public heads, especially. Now, we know this whole issue of Ayu must resign started with the conflict Wike had because he was not given the opportunity during the party primaries to be, because till right now they're even having the case in court with Atiku concerning him not finally emerging as a presidential candidate for PDP. And he stated categorically that he will not be the number 2 citizen, and he said he will not even be bribed with any political appointment after he's finally finished his tenure as the governor of Rivers State. Now we can see that after the back and forth, he kept insisting that Ayu must resign, Ayu must resign. And there was a vote of confidence that came up last week where we saw they said Ayu would remain as the chairman. Presently, as of yesterday, Ayu is not even in the show, it's not even in the country presently. He's out in one Europe country actually having vacation. Now, regardless of whatever the issue is concerning Ayu must resign, just like you said, it's an internal crisis, and it's expected that they should reconcile whatever it is that they have within themselves, because whether they like it or not, whether they accept this or not, at the end of the day, it's going to affect their elections. Because if they are not able to put their house in order, what is expected at the end of the day, Lois, where we're having the campaign campaign will be starting very soon, and you're yet to put your house in order. We're having agitation coming back and forth that I use from the north, the presidential candidates also from the north, and begin to wonder, okay, yes, every zone is supposed to be rightly represented. From the very onset, Lois, when PDP said they were not going to zone that flag, I knew that there was going to be a problem, because at the end of the day, we had where the Indibo Ohanizi said that they thought the civil war had ended, but it had not ended since the PDP refused to zone to the south, which we know that it is right that if the North have, you know, represented at this particular point in time, then the South should also be given the opportunity. Now we can see that when that was not done, definitely, Lois, what do you expect? People are aggrieved, people are angry. It's expected that people, you know, will say things, even though blows are not being exchanged, but words are enough to actually hurt people at the end of the day. So regardless of what PDP are having, no matter their issues back and forth, whether or not, we are still saying that we need somebody that's capable, right? We're seeing the ex-VP, the present presidential candidate, is saying that even if Ayu is going to resign, that means they have to re-amend the constitution of PDP. Automatically.
Well, let me cut you there. Before we go deep into that, the conversation, I think we should take a look at this.
But we do have challenges in our party. We have issues to address. But one good thing is we have the capacity to address those issues. The truth is, we do not have any issue either with our party or with our candidates. If there are challenges, we must bring it on the table so that we can address those challenges. And that is to ensure that our journey is smooth and we can get to our destination. Integrity and honor must be a part of our national psyche. We want them to listen to us, to hear our message to them. If we want to unify Nigeria, we must unify PDP first. If we want a government of national unity, the faces in PDP must reflect national unity. If you want to restructure Nigeria, we must have the willingness to do what is right, to bring inclusivity into PDP. Your Excellency, sir, the Southwest PDP is asking that the National Working Committee of PDP should be restructured by asking the national chairman to step down so that the PDP in the southern part of the country will feel included in the top hierarchy of PDP.
I have no problem from wherever any member of the party comes from, but it must be done in accordance with our constitution, our regulations, and our practices. Therefore, what Governor Sheyi is calling for is achievable under our constitution, under our conventions, under our rules, under our regulations, and under our procedures. So those institutions must guide to whatever changes we make. That's why we cannot do anything outside the Constitution unless it is amended. Your Excellencies, distinguished leaders of our party in the Southwest, what is before us? I don't want us to lose focus. The focus is how do we win the next elections? And I want to assure you, it is doable, it is achievable, we can do it, we have the capacity to do it, we have done it before.
It's like it's time for us to bring gas, it is time for us to speak as one. And as we surely do that and cooperate with each other, we will definitely get all other states in the keeping of the PDP.
Yes, we've heard what the major stakeholders have said. The PDP presidential candidate talking about Atiku. We've heard what Seyi Makinde, the Oyo State governor, has said, and then the deputy candidate for the PDP talking about Okowa, what they have said concerning the issues in the party. That's talking about Ayu. You know, before now, Wilson Wike has come to say, like you earlier stated, because of the issue they had since from the primaries, he had all these issues, and then now he's talking that the national chairman should leave office, should resign, so that the South will feel like they are part of the system, like part of the party, because right now the presidential candidate is from the north, Ayu is from the north, and they feel they are being suppressed. They are not given that opportunity as well for them to feel among in the party, and so they are saying the Ayu must resign, even though he had the no vote confidence from the NEC, but then they are still saying he should resign because the South is being left out. And then we've seen Atiku saying that before he should resign, there has to be amendments in the party constitution. And then we know that we have just few weeks to the presidential campaigns for them to start the campaigns and all of that. And if they're having all these issues, I don't know how they want to go about the campaigns, because talking about Ayu is not even in the country. As you said earlier, he has gone on a 2 weeks vacation, and then all these things are happening for him to resign, to leave the seat that he's occupying. Basically, if not talking about the constitution, that's the party's constitution, I feel morally it should be something that he should take into consideration, as in
Possibly to resign.
Yes,
okay.
Looking at the fact that all these things are happening. If so many people are on your case, I feel for your own peace of mind, you should just leave.
If we're going to say many people on his case, how many people? Okay, so far right now, even though I know Makinde have said yes, he should resign because he's from the north. Wiki have said he should resign, but he's from the north. And we know that even when you check deeply within the people saying that he should resign, I mean, it's expected, yeah, just like I said rightly, the South have been suppressed it is open. This is something that is glaring for everybody to see. But at this point in time, is this when they are supposed to address their internal issues, when election is just by the corner? Because if you ask me, Lloyd, this is more like trying to draw us backward. The election calendar is already out, and we don't want any party anywhere to drag us back because of the internal crisis they are having. If they wanted all this thing to be done, they should have done this earlier before now. Why are they asking for the chairman to resign presently? We are seeing the presidential candidate saying that yes, but there are ways, there should be negotiation to actually resolve the crisis. And they are still talking about amending their constitution. Who made the constitution in the first place? Man do. How many people are needed to be present to amend this constitution? This is something they should have taken into consideration before bringing such a matter at a point like this. They had all the time in the world to look into issues like this and say, yes, we do not want Ayu because he's from the north. There are better ways we should go about issues like this. We should have somebody else to represent us so that we can know that every part of the country is rightly represented. Not at a point like this when we're about, going into the elections and then we're having issues like this. And we can see the presidential candidate of PDP say their attention presently is to win. Automatically, Lord, you and I know that this is just going to be a back and forth talk. Okay, he's still having a case in court with Wike. That's another case on its own. Wike is still having issues with them in the party. That is another case on your, and then we are having this additional one. You know that issues like this, before you realize, you begin to say, as a result of so party, let us extend, and issues like this do come up. We've seen it happen, so many times ago. So I just hope that all this is not a way of making us to change the calendar of election, because already we're having issues concerning the INEC chairman already back and forth, So, Lloyd, I just hope that there will be a better way for them to resolve whatever issue they're having.
Well, just like I said, morally, I feel he should just resign so that all these issues back and forth would stop. Because even if they will have other issues, definitely as a family like this, they always say they're a family, they will always have clashes, they will always have issues amongst themselves. But at this crucial moment, I don't think this is the thing they're supposed to be dragging about. It has lingered for so long. And then it's becoming a case for them, and then it's like you said, it's going to take them backwards, and we don't want it to even affect what we have, because we want elections to take place the proper time that INEC has already started for that particular process to take place. And so if they want to continue all of these things, I think he should just take it into consideration and resign, because earlier before now he said he was going to resign if somebody gets the ticket that becomes the flag bearer from the north. He is going to resign, but we don't see that happening. Because
talks coming whenever politics is involved.
Yes, of course. But then he should be a man of his words. If you say you're going to resign, if this happens, and the thing eventually happens, I think you should be a man of your word, and you should take it upon yourself and resign and leave the office, so that people will stop even attacking you left, right, and center. I feel it's just for his own peace to do so, and morally right. Even if they want to amend their constitution because of such situations coming maybe in the future, maybe they should do that. But then we've heard before the issue of Ayu, the issue of Secondus was there. They went back and forth, and at the end of the day, Secondus had to leave, and then Ayu is here, and still he's less than a year in office, and all these things are happening. So I think for his own peace of mind and for moral sake, he should resign the office and then let peace reign.
Well, you said for his own peace of mind. We hope that he's actually thinking in the same direction like you are thinking on his behalf, that for his own peace of mind, because people have been saying rumors have been flying up and down that maybe because of the money he sees there, and that is why he's refusing to resign. But regardless what the reason is, just like you've said, all we want is the sanity of the party, the sanity of Nigeria, because we are getting so sick and so tired of this story coming every day on our papers. At the end of the day, we're looking at the growth of Nigeria. So we shouldn't be so concerned about our own personal interests at the end of the day. So I hope that when we have a will, we'll actually find a way to make things better, regardless of what political party we belong to.
Yes, we still have other issues to deal with. We still have the issue of INEC talking about their website not being hacked and all the cyber crimes and all of that, because we've heard the national chairman talking about Mahmoud said during the Ekiti and Osun election, they had hackers from different parts of the country, not just in Nigeria, and mostly from Asia. So you can see all of these things happening, and then we look at the security when it comes to 2023 general elections, because if you had just 2 states that had elections and then all these things happened, how are we sure that these things are going to be guarded when it comes to our general election? Because we are not just talking about another 2 states having elections. We are not talking about local government elections. We are not talking about just Senate or House of Representatives. We are talking about general elections, the presidential, the governorship, the Senate, and all other elections that we have that will take place next year, God's willing. So we want INEC to be up and about their duties. If these sites are not properly done, if they are not properly built, I think they should have proper security for it. We know that definitely when things are on the particular one to be different, if there are going to be hitches, there are going to be, but we are hoping that
This morning we heard to control vote by not have the ACOC staff, that which is not the same. I mean, it's there's not, like you said, it's one thing you're going to have the Senate going to court, and then we have said that a police red flag because it looks more going to do, and that is why when a gadget where so that it's more it gets to where it's expected to get. So you see, there are lots of things to be done. I am happy that INEC really want to go digital, but that
tend to look, when you look at events, they make reports that they are doing, they are not really supposed to do, or if going electronically and 2023. And so INEC should be that know when something, what we are expecting, a nation that will be to see how things would rather
not going manually. Leaders were being reproved, working. Just one machine is in prime. It should shut down. Even present it to make responsibility. It's quite, maybe we'll INEC body, possibly so that it will relieve them.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Have a beautiful day.